Hey guys, it's Scott here and welcome to FIFA 19. This is going to be our first look at everything revealed to do with the new Ultimate Team, as well as a couple of things that are in kickoff as well. We're going to go through every bit of information that has been revealed so far to do with the new FIFA coming out in September 29th to be precise. So, there's a lot to go through, including new game modes, new icons, new licenses, and all of that. So we're going to do our best to go through it, explain everything. If you've got any questions about anything, leave them in the comment section down below. I'll do my best to give you answers and stuff that maybe I didn't explain well enough. So, FIFA 19, play, earn and upgrade. I guess that's their slogan, tagline for this year. Which is good, because it seems like it's actually encouraging not just spending money on the game. You want to play and earn your team by just upgrading it and doing everything that you can. So, let's do it. Division Rivals, this is the new massive game mode in Ultimate Team. So, this is going to be the thing that you may focus on. If you hate the Weekend League, maybe this will be your focus. We'll delve into this with a lot more depth in just a minute. You've got new icons, quite a few, including a video of Steven Gerrard. We're not going to be watching that, but I'll show you the icons in just a second. And then obviously they gained the UEFA Champions League and Europa League rights in this game, which is pretty goddamn awesome as well, which means that they can incorporate the Champions League, the Europa League and stuff like that into the game, different game modes, and also have the official rights, imaging and stuff like that on the cards, which is pretty awesome. Instead of just having some random blue European Man of the Match card, you'll now have a proper Champions League Man of the Match card, which is nice. And then you've got more ways to play as well. Player picks, Champions Channel, which has changed, which is good, dynamic tactics, club management, and stuff like that. So there's a lot to get into, and where to start? I think we'll start with all of the new cards and players that are going to be in the game. So, here we go. So, first icon, Claude Makelele. Obviously, everyone compares Kante to him nowadays. Going to be interesting to see if he actually plays like Kante does in the game. But a nice little card here, assuming that they're only going to show us the primes of most of these players until a little bit later on, then they'll show us the 3 different icons that you can get. So that's fine. Makelele is the first one. Then you've got Big Clarence Seedorf himself. I'm assuming he has got 95 plus strength. The guy is absolutely ripped. He's just a tank, an absolute machine. So I assume his physical was brought down by like his aggression or something like that, maybe his jumping. But this could be a crazy card, because, like I say, he's just a machine. His long shots and his shot power are going to be ridiculous as well. This could be really, really fun to use, especially with some of the new house rules that they've got in kickoff. If they are applied potentially to play a friend in Ultimate Team, that would be incredible. And I really hope that that's a thing, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. Next, we've got Raul, who looks pretty good. Excuse me. Obviously, you've got to see the in-games of these players to actually be able to judge them. Like, what's their composure? What's their finishing? What's their strength? What's their attacking positioning? Is their passing bumped down because of free kick accuracy? In which case, their passing's probably way better than that. We don't know, and we'll have to wait and see. But there is Raul. Next, you've got Fabio Cannavaro, whose stats look solid. 95 defending is pretty ridiculous. Stick an anchor card on him. Boom, 99, 90, 85. That would be solid. You've got Roberto Baggio, probably remembered for some of the wrong things. But this is an interesting card. A little bit like Del Piero's prime, but maybe swap the shooting and the passing around. Will be interesting to see, again, skill moves, weak foot and things like that to determine how good these cards are going to be. But some of them look really, really nice. And of course, like I say, they have still got the baby, middle and prime icon of each of these, as shown with one of these future ones in a video. Then we've got the big 5 other ones here that have been announced. So you've got Gerrard. He is the one that they've done on their website where you can watch a video. You can see he's got an 86 rated card. I can't remember what his middle one is. I think an 89 and then his 91 prime. You've got him one higher than Frank Lampard. Interesting to see what the comments are going to be like in regards to people, whether they think those ratings are correct. Lampard, I mean, both these cards, they could be usable, but I don't... We'll have to wait. Again, in-game stats are the key to everything. Then you've got Eusebio, whose stats look ridiculous. again, if he's got good weak foot and skill moves, that will be a sick card. Rivaldo is awesome that he's now in the game as well. It's a shame that you don't have him or Ronaldinho as right wing, so you could have those two and R9 up front. That'd be insane. But Rivaldo in the game is going to be sick, and I really hope that I can test him out and use him. And then the main man himself, Johan Cruyff. I thought he'd be 95, maybe even potentially 96, but his stats still look ridiculous, again, without seeing in games. They look really, really good. He's going to have 5-star skills. Weak foot, maybe 4-star, we'll have to wait and see, but this is going to be a really, really nice card, and hopefully it lives up to the stats. We don't know whether there's going to be any more icons that are revealed just yet. Obviously, there's going to be more FIFA 19 news yet to come, which will be in the upcoming weeks and months or whatever before the game comes out. We've been told that. So maybe there's a couple more icons, but when we've already had, what, 10 new ones added, I wouldn't be too surprised if there aren't any more. I feel like if there was going to be another one, then it'd be someone marquee, like huge, like a Zidane or something. Maybe they would have promoted the game with him like they did with R9. But we can hope that I'm completely wrong and that we do get that Zidane. But we'll have to wait and see. So those are all your new icons. We've also got a couple of other card styles that have been revealed, including the first 3 one-to-watch players. You've got Thomas Lemar, now that he has gone to Atletico. You've got Goretzka, now at Bayern. And Ronaldo as a striker with Juventus. Now, anybody in the comments surprised that they changed the ones-to-watch rules just for Cristiano? I'm not. It was so goddamn obvious that it was going to happen. Previously, you couldn't be over the age of 30 if you had a ones-to-watch card. Doesn't matter if you're Ronaldo, though. You're the cover star. You gotta make way for CR7, of course. He does what he wants. So he is going to be a ridiculous ones to watch. Probably going to get up to like a 98, realistically, something like that. But what it does mean is that you're going to have one of these cards early on in the game that is just going to cost millions and millions. And then the other card styles that we've had revealed are the marquee sort of Champions League and Europa League style cards. So this is from the full stream where I will be getting all of this information from, which I will leave a link to in the description, which you can find everything that we talk about here. And so these look sick. Some people were thinking that this Kante card was ones to watch, and it's Europa League. Like, you can see the thing at the top. And this is what I meant before. They've now got the image rights, which means that they can have this proper branding, and it looks sick. I don't know exactly what the significance will be for, like, the difference between Rashford's background of his card compared to Lewandowski. Maybe this is a team of the knockout stage card, and this would be a team of the group stage card. So this obviously looks better because they've got further in tournament and they're still playing really, really well. We'll have to wait and see. But I do like the design. So this is going to be one of those questions I put in the comments of this video. What do you think? Do you like these cards? And do you also like the design of the ones to watch cards? Because this background is sick. Really, really sick. What would be interesting is if they changed it depending on the amount of upgrades that the card got. So you get 1 upgrade, the background changes slightly. Get 2 upgrades, then you can differentiate it from someone that's only got 1. Who knows if they're going to do that? It's just an idea, throwing it out there, EA. Maybe you'll watch this. Just saying. And then the last thing to do with card designs before we move on to all of this other stuff that we've got. Whoops, probably shouldn't close a tab right there. We've got loads of stuff to cover. The last thing in this part is the pack animation. There's been a lot of controversy about this. So let me know what you think about this. And then we will move on to the next piece of content to do with FIFA 19. But this is your brand new pack animation. It doesn't look that HD. And I don't really understand why an icon card looks silver. But that is your pack opening animation right there. Like I say, leave it in the thingamabob, the comments of this video, and we'll see what people's general reaction is to that. But now we'll move on from the players to the other stuff that EA have revealed. Before we jump into the next bit, you can also earn 5 separate kits in FIFA 19 just by playing the game. So if you're already on FIFA 18, you just need to play for 5 separate days between August 3rd and August 15th. This will probably go up on the 6th or the 7th, I guess. to unlock the following 5 kits. So you get the Bonfire Night, Middle East Flags, Lunar New Year, Black Friday, and the Team of the Year kits. Very similar to what they did last year. Just play the game for a few days and you will earn these before or as soon as you start up FIFA 19. So, next up is kickoff stuff in FIFA 19. There's a lot of changes to this, which hopefully, some of which will transfer over to Ultimate Team and potentially other game modes as well. But we'll read through it as if it's just kickoff for now. So you've got new ways to play, you've got stats tracking, and take your progress anywhere. Which is interesting for those that I guess play kickoff with their mates maybe. Like, for example, I go around a couple of mates' houses and we sometimes play kickoff against each other before we go out or whatever. We just have a few games of FIFA. So maybe then I could track my progress from one guy's house to another's. Something like that. So let's get into it. FIFA 19 includes creative brand new ways to play one of the game's most popular features, kickoff mode. Okay. Opens up the mode with new match types, stat tracking and more, making it easier, more exciting for you to take on your friends anywhere that you play FIFA 19. So they're really trying to push it as a, you're playing this with your friends. Which I guess is right, because who plays kickoff on their own? The only time I ever play it is with my mates. That's it. So more match types. In addition to the classic kickoff, of course, which is a normal match. There are 5 new match types that players can choose from. Champions League, House Rules, Best of Series, Home and Away, and Cup Finals. Nice. So a little bit more variation. Champions League, so you can play through Champions League match with specific visuals, rules, and more that provide a realistic, immersive tournament experience. Nice, good to know. Right, House Rules we'll come back to in a second, because that's awesome. Best of Series, play classic matches in 3 or 5 match series. That's good, very, very nice, like that. Home and Away, 2-leg match style, easy. Most away goals will be determine the winner, yep, nice. And then you can have it as a cup final. Awesome, authentic broadcast overlays and stuff like that is cool. Nice, so you can have like penalties and stuff like that. But then House Rules is the biggest change, I would say, that's pretty awesome. So if you've ever wanted to play a match in FIFA with different rules or no rules at all, here we go. So you can have survival mode. Each time a user scores a goal, random player from the scoring club is removed, excluding the goalkeeper. So basically it sort of evens things out. So if you're way better than your mate and you normally smash them 5-0, maybe this will make things a bit more even, because once you score like your 3rd goal, you're down to 8 men. So it might make it easier for them to score back and make it a bit more even. Could be interesting. No rules, anything goes. There are no offside calls, fouls, or bookings. That could be a hell of a lot of fun. Not gonna lie. That could be so fun. Any goal scored from inside the box will count as 1. Goals scored from outside the box count as 2 goals for long range. I wonder if there's a way to customize these kind of things. That would be interesting, if possible. Or whether you have to choose from one of their sets. Don't know. First 2. Match type lets you set a custom win. Whether it's first to score, first to 3 goals. Match will still play to the clock, go through full time, as well as extra time penalties if you choose. This is awesome for what me and my mates normally do when we're playing together. 3 and off is the rule, right? If you go three goals up against someone, they're off. Next person, game on. This would be perfect to set that up. And then headers and volleys, you can only score in this match type with a header or a volley. That is sick. So a lot of cool things coming to kickoff, which is normally a mode that most people don't really think of. But it's one of those where, like, again, if you just go around your mate's house and you play a little bit of FIFA before you're going out, or just for an hour or 2, this can make it a lot more fun, which is really, really nice. So good to see those kind of things. You've also got stat tracking. So you can track your kickoff mode records and stats, including detailed analytics, which is quite nice. Host of detailed immersive information allows you to approach every kickoff match just like you would an actual game of football, utilizing tactics, strategies gleaned from your stats. Interesting. You can view your stats or compare them to any opponent you've faced in kickoff mode. Cool. So it tracks even all of these. So I'm not going to read all of them out. You can read them. There's quite a lot that it tracks. That's pretty awesome. Tracks milestones for comparisons as well. Match results, cup final wins, fastest goal scored. Oh, things like that is quite nice. Okay, so again, this is one of those things that I hope comes over to Ultimate Team and stuff. I love stats and these kind of analytical kind of things. So if they bring these kind of stats over to Ultimate Team, maybe even like pro clubs and stuff like that, that'd be great. And I really hope that now they have the ability to do it, that they utilize it to its full potential. So you can look at all of these kind of things. It's good. I like it a lot. Account linking, take your kickoff stats anywhere. Create your kickoff name to save your stats to our servers so that you can check your progress anywhere when you play FIFA 19 on a console of choice. Once you log in. Okay, awesome. So it's basically like having a gamer tag or whatever purely for kickoff. And you can keep your stats saved there, which is, again, pretty nice to have. Lets you keep track of your stats no matter where you are or who your opponent is. Awesome. Nice. So there you go. That is the new kickoff in FIFA 18. FIFA 19 even, not 18. FIFA 18 was a lot different to this, not anywhere near as fun. So, what are your thoughts on this? Leave it in the comments section down below, and let's move on to some more stuff in Ultimate Team now. Next, you've got more ways to play Ultimate Team. So, it improves on the most popular mode in FIFA with added features, of which we're all going through right now. First up, Dynamic Tactics. We'll look at this in depth in a minute, but basically this is awesome. This is a way in-game to change your formation, your player positions, custom tactics, player instructions, and all of that purely by using the D-pad instead of having to press the start button. So it's really, really good, and it's going to be really important going forward. Player picks. This is now a new style of pack, an item, where you can choose which player you want or which reward you want. Let's say you do an SBC, you get a player pick SBC item, and then this is what pops out. You can choose which of the 5 players you want as your reward. Pretty cool, right? Hopefully they do this when it isn't just terrible players as well. So it's basically like FUT draft in normal packs. The new FUT Champs channel. Unique controller input overlays, instant replay, and the option to skip to important moments in each match are now in place to help you see how great players react to every situation on the pitch. Use these features and more to learn from the top 100 FUT Champs players every weekend. So controller input overlays sounds great. That would be perfect to try and learn from people and analyze. I hope that they do add the ability to watch your own replays in FUT Champs. That would be huge. Even if you have to opt in to save your replays, or at the end of the match you can save a particular replay to the Champs channel. That'd be great. If you can't do that, then I still don't think that I'm going to use it that much. Even with the controller inputs, that's good. I still don't know if I'm really going to use it if it's just to watch the top 100, to be honest with you. But it's good that they're trying to improve it. I think they need to think about the wider user base a little bit more on that one, though. Then we've got the Companion app, which has been improved again. So, Companion app now with features that give you even more control over your squad. Sick. That's what we want. Competitive progress, you can see the leaderboards, which have been added for the first time. You can also use different search criteria on the transfer market. Good. Also, you will now be able to redeem your rewards on the Companion app. Instead of having to go on your console or PC or whatever to go and redeem these rewards, you can actually do it on your phone or whatever, on the web app. Doesn't matter. You can redeem stuff without having to go on your console. That's so good for some people, because maybe they'll be away and they just want to open their rewards and see what they got. You couldn't do that before because you had to go and claim them. Then you could open them on your phone. Now you can do both. Good, EA. Good. A fresh way to manage pack items as well. So they've changed this. I don't know if they needed to. I feel like the upgrades this year with being able to like tag things up and down in the players that you want to potentially keep or send to the transfer list, I thought that was really good. But now by default, everything is in your club. With a more user-friendly interface, helps you decide whether to keep quick sell or transfer list items. Now one thing, again this could be really good, we'll have to wait and see. One thing we've all noticed, a lot of people are going to accidentally do stuff. Good old Ricardo, of course. Leicester, God, in the picture. L2, or left trigger, used to be send all to club. And the right trigger used to be quick sell everything. For some reason, God knows what they were thinking, they flipped them round. So, please make a note of that and remember, if you want to quick sell stuff, press the left trigger instead of the right trigger. If you want to keep your players and everything in your pack, make sure to press the right trigger, not the left one. I can imagine there's going to be multiple people the first week of this game that are going to accidentally quick sell stuff. But it will be interesting to see whether this does actually... They say that it speeds things up. We'll see. We'll see. And then the last thing in this before we move on is advanced search options. So this is the kind of thing that we've been asking for in the past. So they've added advanced filters. So these search filters include the option to filter by most recent items, so when you last bought them or whatever, untradeable or tradable, and then their sell value. So I'm assuming quick sell value, but yeah, prioritize highest quick sell value in the search. One thing they haven't done is rare or non-rare, which is a little bit annoying, but hey, there you go. So that is the new stuff that we have got. Now we can go in depth into dynamic tactics and a couple of the other bits and bobs. So let's move on to dynamic tactics in FIFA 19. This is going to be huge. This is going to stop a lot of issues that are currently in FIFA and make things a lot easier, okay? So, if you don't know what they are, let's go through it. You wanted more control over your team's tactics, the ability to dive into the gritty tactical details. You'll love our latest update. Yes, yes you will. Let's go down. You don't really need to watch the trailer on it. This should all explain it very easily. Pre-match preparation returns with the in-depth custom features that you know and love. You can pick players, set a formation, assign roles, give instructions, customize your tactics. That's the same as it is on FIFA nowadays. You set your tactics and stuff in your formation before you go into the game. That's fine. But now you can create game plans. Okay? This allows for deeper tactical customization using a range of sliders to tweak the various aspects of your offensive, defensive approaches. It also now gives you much more in-depth details on what each custom tactic does in the game as well, which is very nice because before you had to back out to kickoff to see that, which was a massive pain. Just like chess, yada yada yada, they've overhauled the entire system to make setting up your team more important than ever. Yep, that's fine. Your players will support... Yeah, we know this. They're basically trying to push custom tactics more than they have done in the past. They haven't really been used as much. Now they're trying to push them. So maybe they will actually make more of a difference than they have done in the past. Okay? New tactical options have also been added based on player feedback to help counter some of the more popular difficult tactics. If you're facing a team that tends to park the bus, for example, you can select the option pressure on heavy touch. Have your players constantly close down your opponents, force them to make risky plays. Thank goodness, EA. We've needed it for ages. It's such a pain on 18. Like, if someone is just passing it around the back or from fullback to fullback, you're not going to be able to do that easily now because of this. Just pressure, pressure, pressure. Go hard or go home. So, let's quickly skim through to this, right? So, you can obviously change formation, but you've also got your custom tactics, defensive style, pressure on heavy touch, yada, 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 all of those kind of things. Now, what it does is it basically stops you from having to pause to make changes. So you know, myself included, there are thousands, tens of thousands of people that as soon as the game starts on FIFA, in the weekend league, insta pause, change the formation, change the position of your players, so that you can get everyone on chem and then change to what you want in-game. This eradicates it. Because, let's say, you're starting on a 5-4-1, which is a new formation, by the way. This will be your default. Or actually, do they start on a default? Maybe they don't. It doesn't look like they do. Let's go to this. Ultra attacking, attacking. Right, okay, so they do start on defensive for whatever reason by default. So, if you move on the left D-pad to a defensive, then you will be in a 5-4-1. So what you can do before each game starts, or not before each game, but in your squad management screen, you can set these up. So whatever you want to change to, you can set it. So these guys switch from defensive to ultra defensive. And you see at the bottom, it changes how things work. So if we go back, it will change from this defensive style to a different one based on what formation you choose and your settings and everything like that. So I can make it so when I press to change to attacking, I will go from a 4-1-2-1-2 into a 3-5-2. I can position which player will be where on the pitch, I can choose their player instructions, I can change my player tactics and formation all before I enter the game. So if you do want to insta-pause on FIFA 18 to switch from, for example, I use a 4-5-1, switch to a 4-2-2-2. I won't have to do that anymore. I will have that set up in my dynamic tactics game plans so that as soon as I start the game, I can go from balance to attack, and that will put me in my 4-2-2-2 with all my players in the right positions, with the right player instructions and custom tactics, player roles, and all of that kind of stuff. So you no longer have to pause and switch formation and your instructions. You have it set. So you can figure out your best 4 or 5 formations. You can have them on your D-pad, and it will instantly switch between one to the next one without any pauses, without the ball going out of play or anything like that. It's awesome. And this is absolutely huge. It will be interesting not just for FUT Champs, but like the pro tournaments, for stuff like that as well. It's going to be big. And I think this is potentially the biggest change that we're actually going to see in Ultimate Team for this year. This is massive. Next up is time finishing in FIFA 19. This is another change that you are going to notice in the gameplay. One of the most exciting and useful gameplay innovations in FIFA 19 is time finishing. If you've played other games, then this has existed in other sports games. As the name implies, timing is key with this feature, adding a new layer of risk-reward to shooting in FIFA 19. So, basically, if you time things right, let's go to this shot. Basically, a bar will appear above your player if you hold down B. You can then press B again. And if you time it right, then you'll see that this is green at the top. Great timing. It means that your shot will be better than it would have been if you hadn't gone for that timed finish. So the basic process for taking a shot doesn't change, but if you want to make them potentially unstoppable with this accuracy and power boost, it's as simple as tapping the shoot button a second time after the initial button tap. So you have got to get good at this if you want to be scoring awesome goals, basically. What makes this mechanic a challenge is timing your second tap perfectly. If you tap it too early or too late, it could actually make your shot a little bit worse. So it's a risk, basically. If you can master the timing, this will be really useful for you. It's a bit like low drivens. If you master the timing of a low driven, you know when and where to use it, whereas if you do it slightly wrong, it won't work, you won't score the goal. You understand. So this is going to be big as well. Once you get the hang of the process, you can turn off the FIFA trainer, which will help you with this. It will have that bar above. If you turn off the trainer, that won't be there, obviously. And you will see if you've been successful with the little indicator above the player, the little triangle will glow if you have turned the trainer off, okay? It applies to any type of open play strike, whether it's a header, volley, finesse shot, or even a bicycle kick. More difficult and quick the shot attempt is, higher margin for error will be. So you have got to practice your timed finishing to potentially pull off some absolute screamers. It's going to be interesting to see how it works. The final one of these new changes then is the active touch system in FIFA 19. We've seen things like this before, but this is going to be interesting to see how it actually works. So this revolutionizes what you can do with the ball at your feet, open up areas of gameplay that have never been explored before. Get creative with active touch, sure. Numerous tools and animations have been added to the ball control system. There are now multiple means of trapping a ball, such as this disguise trap, a feint used to fool defenders into moving the wrong direction with very subtle first touch movement. So things like this, like you can now flick a ball in multiple ways. You can go along the pitch juggling the ball now, which you couldn't do before. It's pretty awesome. The question is how useful it's actually going to be. Like, look, players can use their head, chest, knees, and feet to flick the ball, change direction, confuse defenders, open up space that they can exploit. So these kind of flicks could potentially be really, really good. The question is whether they're actually going to work or not, right? So, for example, controlling the ball like this, okay, with his foot up behind him. If these kind of things actually work in the game, then they could be really, really nice. Really nice. Again, new ways of trapping the ball. Spinning and moving and passing the ball without having to risk your guy controlling it, as he has done in the past, could be really nice. The question is whether it will work. We've been promised better touches and stuff in FIFA in the past, and it just hasn't actually happened in the game. So I'm a little bit skeptical when it comes to things like this because of what we've experienced before. But like things like that, like being able to just dink it over a player and stuff when the ball comes into your feet is pretty awesome. Again, being able to chest it up like that and set yourself up for a bicycle kick. These could be great if they work. So we've really got to hope that this isn't just a highlight reel of the 10 times that it's worked out of 1,000 that they've tried it. But there you go. That is the new active touch system. So to sum up all of those bits, we've also got the pitch notes as well, which is basically EA are finally going to talk to us. Incredible, I know. Basically, they want to see people engage with the game and the people that are behind it. One piece of feedback we heard loud and clear from you. We want to see more information from us as a team, insight from developers, more communication, more community updates. Yes, so that is what the pitch notes are going to be. An incredible pun on patch notes. I know, they are genius. It's incredible. So what will you find here? More information regarding FIFA and its features, yada yada yada. Providing a platform for numerous members of the FIFA team, developer deep dives. Like, it's good. This is what we want. So they are going to detail things, give us updates, communicate with us. This is what we've wanted and needed. So well done, EA, for this one. This article in itself is going into the gameplay mechanics that we've just been over before they release like trailers and stuff like that. So time finishing, again, request a shot, wait for the player to start shooting animation. Again, we've been over this, we know how it works. Player attributes still affect shooting attempts in the same way. But like these kind of details, this wasn't on the time finishing page, yet it's in this little deep dive. So it's good. It details even tiny little things. Even the tiny little things. These are what we want going forward. Active touch system, like is there anything in here that wasn't said? Soul Trap, another new animation that is used similar to how flicks are. You must hold the LT button to bounce the ball on the ground to beat an opponent. Again, it doesn't say that in the other one, but it says it in here. This is really, really nice. And like it tells you how to do different things. These could be really, really nice going forward to have this communication from everybody. Like, I really, really like this. I really do. So hopefully they keep this up. 50-50 battles is something that they haven't really talked too much about, but they have detailed a little bit here. So there are different factors that actually come into 50-50s now, which is nice, and new animations and stuff like that. So player attributes, the action that you press will determine what happens in the 50-50 as well, and how well positioned you are. So not just, oh, you can press this and you know you're going to win the ball. It's now a bit like, things sound like they're going to be more skill-based in this game. Whether they are or not, again, it says even with the active touch system combined, it's going to be really interesting to see how FIFA 19 plays. But they are going big on trying to actually tell us everything. So this is cool. Well done, EA. Now, the final big thing that we've got to talk about is the new mode in Ultimate Team, FUT Division Rivals. So this is the big one. This is Division Rivals. This is the brand new mode coming into FIFA this year to combat Weekend League, pretty much during the week. Discover your place in the FUT community. Take on players of a similar skill level from around the world in Division Rivals. Compete against others in your division to earn a selection of weekly rewards to choose from that can help you improve your squad. Good. So, there are 3 ways that it basically, how you earn rewards and rank up and stuff like that. So there are 3. The first is your skill rating. You've also got your weekly score, and you have got your Weekend League redemption. Okay? So, let's go first. A new way to compete online, skill rating. When you start Division Rivals for the first time, play a set of placement matches. See how you measure up against other players. Good. You'll be assigned a skill rating based on your performance in those matches, which determines your division. The result of each match you play in your division during the week impacts your skill rating. Build up a high skill rating, you could move to a higher division. So basically, like any other competitive game in the world, FIFA now has an ELO rating system. So if you beat someone that is better than you, you're going to gain way more points than if you beat someone that's total rubbish. And you will bump up your skill rating. So this changes based on every single game that you play in Division Rivals that week. So if you get enough skill points, then you will go up to the next division. And obviously each division has different rewards. Better rewards the higher you are. Next, you've got your weekly score. Each week in Division Rivals is an entirely new, I assume that's supposed to say, competition. You can earn rewards at the end of every week. Your weekly score determines your rank within the division, and a higher rank means a better choice of rewards when each competition ends. So, this is basically, if you play enough, really, then you will earn a weekly score. And then you can get, excuse me, it's a bit like squad battles, basically. You have to play well and get as much score as you possibly can each week to finish as high as you can. So if you do really well and you're right at the top, maybe of Division 3, and you've played a load of games, then you'll probably get the rank 1 prize for Division 3. And with this game, you've got picks. So you can decide which reward you want, which is awesome. So an example that they gave before was you could pick 11,000 coins, you could pick a premium gold players pack or a rare gold pack. You have an option depending on what kind of thing you want for your squad or your club, which is great. So each week you get new rewards. And again, better rewards depending on which division you're in, which is based on your skill rating. Okay? So obviously you want to do as well as you possibly can, get to Div 1, play loads, get to rank 1 in Div 1, get some epic rewards. And then you can also qualify for the Weekend League through this. So every win in Division Rivals not only gets you closer to the next division, also takes you one step closer to the Weekend League. Overhauled FUT Champs qualification system awards you points to use for qualification into the Weekend League. So the DKT is gone. It's out of there. Seasons are gone. They're done. This has replaced both of those. When you've earned enough points, you can redeem them to enter the current Weekend League, or hold on to your FUT Champs token for a future qualification so you can decide which weekend you want to play. Awesome. A tiny little thing, but really, really good. Requalification to the Weekend League also works differently. Each Weekend League win also earns points that can be used to enter into future Weekend Leagues. So who knows how many games you're going to have to win to re-enter? We'll have to wait and see. We haven't really had any details on the Weekend League as of yet, other than this. This is literally it. That you earn points to enter another Weekend League based on your wins. That's it. So we don't know if you're going to have the same amount of games, whether there's going to be the same amount of time that you've got to play it, but it is still the Weekend League. It's not just FUT Champions now. So as it stands, we're assuming that things have stayed the same, which would be really, really bad. We also don't know how Weekend League rewards are going to work. They should be based exactly like this. This is perfect. This is skill-based, not just win-based. Because again, in FUT Champs, I could get insanely lucky with the players that I come up against. I could win all 40 games because I don't rank, or I don't match up against anyone higher rated than Gold 3. It's extremely unlikely, but it's possible. Whereas this is skill-based. So, we take an example. This is one of the games that they gave an example for. They won a game, whatever the score was. They got 480 weekly score, and their skill rating went from 2,100 to 2,120. And they also got Weekend League points. Okay? So their skill rating, again, will change every single game. That will change. It could go up, could go down, depending on your result. It seems like the weekly score only goes up, and your Weekend League points only go up. So this is Division Rivals. This is huge. Hopefully, in combination with the Weekend League, maybe they'll make some changes in that. This could be incredible. This will get you way more rewards than you would have got before. It's awesome, basically. So this is how you're going to be competing throughout the week in Ultimate Team going forward. It's interesting. And the thing is, we don't know as of yet whether this gets locked off when the Weekend League starts. We're not sure. We're not assuming so, though. It seems that you can play it all week. So, Division Rivals, man, leave your opinions and comments in the comments section down below. But hopefully you've enjoyed this deep dive look into FIFA 19 and everything that it has to offer so far. Hopefully you're hyped for it. If you've got any questions about anything, let me know what they are by putting them in the comments, and I'll do my best to respond to all of those. Hit the thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, sub if you're new and want to see more of this kind of thing, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.